Mm-hmm. Just a second.
Muy buenas tardes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Ministers of Agriculture of the Inter-American Board of Agriculture, Director General of IICA, Dr. Manuel Otero, and Subdirector General, Mr. Lloyd Day, and senior advisors. Ex-Director Generals of IICA, Dr. Martin Pinero, Dr. Chelston Brathwaite, and Dr. Victor Villalobos. Directors, representatives, and managers of the staff of IICA who are connected at the headquarters and all the offices. Thank you for all the support. Members of the diplomatic community, representatives of the regional international organizations, Director General and friends of CATI, special invitees. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed honored and overwhelmed with gratitude to have been elected as the next Director General of this great institution. It is with great humility that I accept the tremendous responsibility that has been placed to me, and I join a line of distinguished persons who have held this position in the past. I recognize their hard work and immense contributions and thank them for taking the institution to greater heights. And in this sense, I would like to recognize Dr. Manuel Otero, whom I've worked with over the past years, and Dr. Victor Villalobos. I would also like to emphasize that will be the next Director General for the regions, all the regions, the Northern region, the Andean, Central America, the Caribbean, and all these regions that we work on to have an inclusive participatory role, understanding that we have complementarities, we can build on the strengths of countries like the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Uruguay, and also working with the Caribbean and Central American region, Andean, to look at horizontal cooperation, strengthen the cooperation between these regions towards a more prosperous agriculture sector. Let me express my deepest gratitude and heartfelt thanks to His Excellency, Dr. Irfan Ali, President of the Guyana, and Honorable Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, who's present here, for the wonderful and relentless efforts in promoting my candidacy for the position, as well as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Guyana. Also to His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Belize, Mr. Johnny Bricino, who was the first Prime Minister who promoted a letter of endorsement to the heads of states of the CARICOM region. I would also like to express my heartfelt appreciation and thanks to the government and ministers of the Caribbean community and the Caribbean Secretariat for supporting and promoting my candidacy within the Caribbean region and beyond. Let me also thank the ministers within the IABA community for supporting and endorsing, and also for confiding me to work and providing me the support in this objective. you can see from all the regions, we have got representation in terms of the support from the regions that IICA is working in the 34 member states. I also like to thank all the candidates who have participated in this election campaign for aspiring to lead this wonderful institution as I have. I would also like to thank my family and their untiring efforts in supporting me, not only for this achievement, but in my long journey over the years to realize my dreams. I would not have been able to achieve this success without the help and support of many, many persons, the government officials, the private sector persons, individuals from regional and international organizations, and a long list of friends with whom I have been associated for more than 35 years of my professional career. Their encouragement, advice, and support are very much appreciated. Let me turn to a little more focus on the great challenges ahead for IICA and my leadership. The world is currently experiencing many risks and much uncertainty. This has placed IICA at a crossroads. On the one hand, to address the many challenges and demands for technical cooperation by its members countries. On the other hand, to address the scarcity of resources to address these challenges and demands. The challenges and demands are many, from fragmented and insecure agri-food systems, challenges to agriculture trade, higher demands for more secure and safe food and rising food prices, to a slowing of the average productivity growth in the hemisphere, and the existence of extreme environmental threats and stress, vulnerability to outbreak of pests and diseases of economic importance, and the increased vulnerability of the farming sector, particularly the small farming community that produces a large portion of our food. IICA is well positioned to continue to work as a reference institution with its partners and member states to provide solutions to the multiple challenges to make agriculture a motor to America's prosperity. We need to accept that IICA cannot address all these challenges and demands with limited resources. It needs to have a cadre of highly specialized technical personnel and focus its limited financial resources on a very few key teams as to make a significant impact on its member countries. My vision is for IICA to strengthen its technical capacity in a few selective areas, particularly in science, technology, and innovation, to scale up the use of modern tools and cutting-edge technologies for addressing key issues such as agricultural productivity and value addition, transboundary pests and diseases, rebalancing trade, and provide solutions to the environmental threats that we face for the agriculture sector. It should continue to strengthen the work already initiated, particularly that relates to exploiting the opportunities on global scientific, technological, and innovation trends. Expanding IICA's capabilities and expertise to foster investments for the needed transformation to the agri-food systems and improve the economic and financial stability of the agricultural enterprises, particularly small farmers, will be a key priority. It also needs to engage activity with member countries, collaborate with its strategic allies in the regional and international community to close the gaps between what currently exists and what is required for transforming agriculture and achieving sustainable agri-food systems. Fortunately, we are meeting in Brazil not only at a historic time in the life of IICA, but also to give recognition to the enormous contribution of this great country to the Institute and to the development and application of technology to transforming agriculture across the globe. In this regard, I would like to give a special recognition and pay homage to Dr. Jose Emilio Araujo, a great leader from Brazil who was elected in 1970 as the 5th Director General of IICA. Dr. Arujo was a visionary who took IICA to higher levels as an international organization. He defined the philosophy of IICA as a hemispheric and humanistic projection. This was a novel approach that emphasized the integral fulfillment of human goals and full development of the individual through improved productivity, technology adoption, food security, health, rural development, and other programs. And these goals are important today to IICA as they were more than 50 years ago. During his leadership of IICA from 1970 to 1982, Dr. Arujo executed several specialized multinational programs as a part of a strategy of hemispheric and humanistic projection. He was a key architect in the establishment of the Tropical Agriculture Research and Education Center, known as CATI, in which I served as the Director General, and his current Director General is present here, Sir Luis Pocasangre, in 1973. Under the CATI contract between the government of Costa Rica and IICA, a new convention on IICA was adopted in 1979, redefining the Institute's objectives and creating the Inter-American Board of Agriculture, IABA, as its new governing body. The organization was also renamed, becoming the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture. He was also instrumental in inserting IICA as part of its Inter-American system. As we know today, IICA also assumed a leading role in agriculture development and integration in the Western Hemisphere and promoting the need of agricultural modernization, which won enormous support in Latin America and the Caribbean. As we look back to Dr. Arujo's contribution, I hope to continue with that legacy and make IICA an institution of reference and preferred partner from teams such as policy development, agriculture productivity and transformation, food security, environmental sustainability, and challenging important issues related to plant and animal health diseases and food safety. Over the last 3 months, I visited many countries and met with many key stakeholders representing the regions of IICA's mandate, and took note of the challenges and policies being promoted to strengthen food security and nutrition, as well as the barriers that needs to be addressed. And I can assure you, to provide leadership with a transdisciplinary team and through collective action with strategic partners to address these challenges. As we move forward, I am committed to fostering an environment of collaboration, partnership, and innovation, and building on the foundation laid by the current and previous administrations. Working together, we can make a lasting impact on our agriculture and agri-food systems. Thank you all so much for being here to be part of this wonderful occasion. And I take this opportunity to thank the government and the Minister of Agriculture and staff of Brazil for organizing this meeting and for the warm hospitality. Good afternoon, buenas tardes.
Mais uma vez, desejo
Once again,
sucesso
I wish you
ao
great success
diretor-geral eleito,
to the
Mohamed Ibrahim, e passo a
General
palavra ao
Director
ministro
General
da Agricultura,
elect, and I give
da
the
Guiana.
floor to the Minister of Agriculture of Guyana.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair,
Muito obrigado,
Director General, Deputy Director, all
geral,
other officials of IICA,
vice-diretor-geral, funcionários do
excellencies,
IICA, excelências,
colleague ministers, my countryman, Director General elected. This afternoon, I want to express on behalf of His Excellency, our President, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, the government and people of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, our sincere appreciation and heartfelt thanks to the member state of the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture for the confidence reposed in Dr. Mohamed Ibrahim, Guyana's candidate, through his election as Director General of IICA. This resounding support reflects the strong bonds of partnership, mutual respect, and shared vision that unite the nations of the Americas in our collective pursuit of agricultural transformation, food security, and sustainable rural development.